This week will be Shabbos Mevarchim Chodesh Sivan, and together with that, it is Shabbos Chazak that we will be reciting in Shul. Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek, strengthen, and you shall be strengthened. In Torah and Mitzvahs. We know that number 3 is connected to the Torah. The Torah was given in the 3rd month. La'am Klisai, a nation which is divided up to 3, Kohen, Levi, and Israel. To the 3rd child of Amram and Yocheved was given through Moshe Rabbeinu. The 3rd month from Nisan, Rosh Chodesh L'Chadashim, and so forth. The 3rd day of the week. And together with that, it is Shabbos Chazak of the 3rd book in the Torah. The whole reason why the Torah was given was that the person should be filled with the will of God, all his actions, and the world should be permeated with the Torah. And that's what it says. Hashem came down to Har Sinai. Not only that, he brought all the upper worlds down to Har Sinai. And since the world was created for the Jewish people, and we have to fulfill the Torah and mitzvahs, we are divided into 3, Machshava, Dibur, and Maisa, thought, speech, and action. It cannot be only Machshava and Dibur. It cannot be only thinking over this complex issue, but you have to speak it over with others, people that understand. Then afterwards, that has to come down in actuality, or else the machshav and dibur is worthless. It does not come into actuality; it's worthless. And now, a action without thought and speech, we know what kind of action that can lead to. To pretty much a very weak understanding, a weaker action. Because it was never thought about, and it was never spoken about it, and it's only action. So you need all 3. And no matter how much you think about mitzvahs, it doesn't do anything. And if you only speak mitzvahs, you learn Torah, and you know the halacha of the Torah, but you don't do it, it's worthless. And as we know that this Sefer of Vayikra also has a lot of halachas. There's many laws in Sefer Vayikra. So we see the connection with Matan Torah. The world also is divided Bria, Yitzira, Asiya. The world of creation, the world of forming, and the world of action. That's also Machshava Dibur Maisa. Like it says, Af Brasiv, Af Yitzartiv. Brasiv, Yitzartiv, Af Asisiv. I created, I formed, and I did. Af Asisiv. Between Bria, Yitzira, and Asiya, there's a big hafsik, a separation. That's all we see with the hay also. The top part of the hay is machshava. The right leg is dibur, and the mice is separated from the top. So it's the same idea. We have machshava, dibur, and ma'isa, and we have in the worlds also 10 sfiras are also divided. Chachma bin Adas is 3. Chesed Gvura Tferes Netzach Hod Yesod, divided up into 3. And the whole idea is to make the world a dwelling place for God. In the Olam HaMaaseh, that our Avodah is with the Koyach of Torah, that's divided up into 3. That Koyach of the Torah and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu came down on the mountain, it should make a dwelling place for God in this world. And when you do Maaseh, it brings a completion to the Machshava and Dibur. When you do Mitzvahs Ma'asis and make a dwelling place for God into this world, it makes an elevation in the upper worlds too. So we see over here is that through the Torah we have the power to make this world a dwelling place for God. And that's why we see with the Perek of this Shabbos will be the 5th Perek. Ba'asara ma'amaris nivra olam, the world was created in 10 utterances. But it says in the Mishnah also that he could have created it with 1 word. He doesn't need 10 ma'amaris. God does not need any extra ma'amaris. He doesn't need all the compartments of different things in order to create something. He creates something in completion and finish, 1 action. So if he could have created 1 Dibur Maimer, why did he create in 10? To make to punish Russia for 10 Maimaris and give a tzaddik tzchar for 10 Maimaris. It's only worth 1. So why are we now? If you if you buy something, if you sell something which you really paid for, something that's worth $10, you bought it with $1. You bought it for $1. So what is it worth? It's worth $10. But he bought it only for $1. Same other ways. So we see over here is why is it like that? And why mention it could have been created 1 thing? Because the whole purpose is to draw down godliness into the world. It should be of 10 Maimoris. It should be a world of concealment. A world that we don't see God and bring down God into the world. And that's why it could have been created with one. And as we know, we are connected to God, which is higher than the world. So Be'ez Hashem, we'll fulfill our tachlis and make achlatas tevis in Torah mitzvahs Shabbos. And Shtakabi will be strengthened in Torah and mitzvahs, and will go towards the Gula Amitis Vashlema when there will be the completion of Torah mitzvahs, and will have the complete revelation of God in this world, that God will finally have a place to live in this world. Long live our Master, Teacher, and ever King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and ever King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and ever King Mashiach forever and ever.